Hello, happy Sabbath. So today, our pastor asked me to give the offering appeal in church. So I was looking for Bible verses which I can use before I give the offering appeal. And then I came across a couple of verses, and then I thought, today I'll talk about tithing and offering. So, what is a tithe? When you hear the word tithe and offerings, I know all of us, we think about church. Oh my goodness, when I go to church, they pass around this thing and publicly shame me. I have to put some money in there. And then if I don't, then they'll think that I'm being stingy, um, I'm poor. These are some of the things associated with the tithe. Or they will say, oh, that is how the churches rob people. You go there, they don't ask you whether you like it or not, they just pass it around to collect money. But what is tithe? Tithe just means tenth of what you have. And this was from the time of Moses, it was like an obligatory thing. So, whatever you have, it's not just nowadays we only think about money, but in the olden times when you had a flock, when you were growing the fruits, the first fruits, so all of these things were brought in to the house. The first fruits belong to God, whether it's your money, whether it's fruits, whether it's flock, whatever, belong to God. And why doesn't everything belong to God? Why this specifically? It's just a way of saying thanks because God has blessed us with all these things. I can plant anything I want, doesn't have to grow. The same thing with I can grow chickens or whatnot. Does not mean that they all are going to thrive. They may just die on me. So all the things thrive and grow, and we have all these things because God blesses and takes care of them, and we have it. So it's our way of giving back, thanking God. That's why we give tithe. Now, offerings, on the other hand, are free will. That is just like gifts, right? And I offer you something. It's not because you're asking, I'm giving it free will. So, because God blesses us so much, we want to be faithful and we want to give back to Him. It's like saying, "Thank you so much. You gave me all this, and I want to give back." I have heard an argument from a lot of people, and they'll say, oh, you give to the church and they misappropriate the funds and they don't use it properly. Now, is that our problem? No, that's God's money. We are giving it to God. Now, if the people are misappropriating it, they are not using it for the right cause, don't you think God is able to take care of that? He'll take care of it. So giving is our part. Giving back, thanking is our part. So we just do that. So a couple of things which came on my mind when I was looking up for a good Bible verse or a little subtext. One is in Mark chapter 12. Talks about the poor widow. Remember, Jesus was sitting there and with his disciples, and all these people were coming, and the rich people made a big noise about it, and they put the big dollar bills in there and all that. And the poor widow, she's so ashamed about how little she has to give. So she comes quietly and she puts that little money. And guess what God noticed? God didn't notice your show off and you putting like the $100 bill. God noticed that she gave from whatever little she had, that she was faithful with whatever little you have. You'll see the same theme in the Bible and again. With whatever little is given to you, if you're faithful, God bless you so much more abundantly. But what happens is most of the time we compare ourselves with others and we are like, why did God give them more and me less? So, God is partial, He's not right, and I'm not giving anything. If you look at the story of the talents or any of those things. So, being faithful with what little you have is noticed by God. And for us, that's all matters. It doesn't matter if they saw how much I put, or they saw how much I put, or I put a post on Facebook. Oh, I'm feeding the homeless. I gave this many blankets. I gave this much money for this relief or that relief. No, God is the one who's looking at what you're doing, and He's the one who's blessing us, right? So be like the poor widow with whatever you have. Give cheerfully. Don't be, if you have a lot, give a lot. Don't make a big noise about it, right? That's the next point. Giving in secret. In Matthew 6, it talks about giving in secret. And to the extent it says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand did. That, like, these two hands belong to my body, belongs to me, right? And it's saying this hand shouldn't know what this hand did. That's how secretive God wants you to be. He don't want you to brag. He don't want you to make a big deal with it. He wants you to give it in secret. And he's going to bless you in public, right? To me, it doesn't matter whether it's in public or private. All I care for is God to bless me and to protect me. That's all I need, right? So one thing which hurt me recently a lot was there was some flooding in my home state. And then I saw pictures of them giving food and some clothing for people. And I saw one of our older pastors standing there. Of course, he was affected by the flood too. And to me, that picture was more humiliating than all the things being taken away from him. He was standing like this, getting from them, and they're smiling and they're giving the stuff. And I'm like, that is not something I want to see. If you gave, give it. You don't need to post pictures. You don't need to make these people who are already feeling really bad because they lost everything more humiliated, So do it in secret and God will bless you. And the last thing is also associated with this tithing and giving and being proudful, being like, you're like, oh my goodness, if it was not for me, this church is going to fall apart because I support it with all my tithe and offerings. And you know how rich I am and you know how much I give. Like, drop it, because you think God needs your money when he takes care of the whole universe. He doesn't. If you don't give, there are so many other ways he is going to take care of business. Okay, so just leave it. We are all human beings, very breakable, very dieable. We don't know if the next minute our heart is going to beat or not. So just drop that pride. Give with a cheerful heart, whatever you're giving, and God will bless you. Don't rob God. Don't cheat on your tithe and offerings. Give. And don't give because it's obligatory. Give with a cheerful heart because God has blessed you with so much. You give him back. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Hope you all are having a beautiful Sabbath day. I'm very tired. This week was very tiring. And I don't think I'll get any rest till Monday. Because today will be church and activities, and then tomorrow I'm working again. So I am so thankful that I'm still alive, even though my body is achy picky, my head is hurting. I feel like all I want to do is sleep. Still alive, still able to do the things I love. And, every day thankful for everything God has blessed us with, everything. And let that be the thought I leave you guys with. Happy Sabbath again. Bye.